This episode is sponsored by iTunes. Go to www.cheapseatreviews.com. Click on the iTunes button, purchase anything you want, and a small portion will go to this podcast.
You got a great gift, son. It's as if angels came down from heaven and put a blessing on your 3 bowling digits. You can apply everything that I've taught you about bowling to your daily life. And if you do that, you're going to be decent, you're going to be moral, you're going to be a good man.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is Cheapseat Reviews.
Hello, and thank you for listening to Cheapseat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good. This is episode 112, and today we're talking about Kingpin. I am Sean Oren, and joining me tonight is Andrew 14 Karat Gold Jemison.
Hello.
All right. Hey, buddy.
That is all.
Okay. I never know what to expect from you. And Sam wishes Trojan would sponsor him, Vector.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Sean, might I say that you are just 10 pins short of a strike, just so you know.
Oh, I've known that for a long time. So let's pull up a comfy chair and dive in. Once again, no Corny. He's doing something he deemed more important tonight. I'm just kidding.
Which means playing in The Little Mermaid.
Yeah, he's playing or in the orchestra.
What is he playing?
Drums.
Oh, in the orchestra. Okay.
Yeah, he's playing drums in the orchestra pit for the local production of The Little Mermaid.
Here's a fun game. What would he play on stage if he was playing a character on stage?
Oh, what would a 6'3" African American man play in The Little Mermaid?
It would be hilarious to put him as the crustacean. What's his Sebastian?
That's racist.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
He's the
With
only
the Jamaican accent.
It's racist. I honestly don't know if he can do Jamaican accent. You know, like he'd be doing like his Sean Connery the whole time because that's all he could do. I could hear him like yelling at Arrow. No, wait just a damn minute.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. What else could he play? I don't know. He could do
Under us.
I don't know. I mean, I guess would it be too mean to say he'd be Ursula? Oh, I guess that'd be mean. Because he
could be one of the eels. You know, one of the eels.
Yeah, eels. All right. Anyway, enough about him. He's not here.
Fun game over.
Fun game over. No more fun games. This is a podcast. We're not here for fun.
We're not here for fun.
Nope.
No.
We are here to talk about
very, very serious topic tonight.
Yep.
Very serious movie.
Yeah, this is a serious movie. Kingpin, 1996's Kingpin. And to tell you how serious it is, Andrew will read words about it.
A star bowler whose career was prematurely cut off hopes to ride a new prodigy to success and riches.
Yeah, it says cut off with parentheses.
Yeah, I did air quotes, but you couldn't see me.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, IMDb, for not only perpetuating the terrible joke that is that bit, but for making Andrew read it. So 96 is Kingpin. Had any of us seen this before?
Bits and pieces.
I think that I tried to watch it a long time ago and then for some reason stopped and never finished it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've never seen 1 second of this movie, and I kind of wish I had, or kind of regret. I'm sorry that I had. Is what I was trying to say. So we'll get to that in a minute. So we'll do our typical opening little thoughts here on the movie. Andrew.
This is not a movie that kept my attention very well, and it's easy for me to watch a movie. It's something I enjoy doing, is vegging out and watching a movie. I tried to veg out and turn my brain off and just watch it, but I couldn't keep focus on it for some reason. A lot of the stuff I kind of saw coming, the bits, it was growing up as a pro bowler myself.
Yeah.
I came to expect a lot of this. I lost my own hand in a bowling ball return, so
That's why they keep. That's why they have that sign that says "Keep hands away."
Keep your hands away. Yeah.
yeah.
How messy would that have been? Jeez. Anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry for you, pal. I didn't know that you had a prosthetic there.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very lifelike. I'm impressed with the artist behind that one.
Yeah.
Well, I had a choice between that and a wood chipper, and I
What the bowling return? As long as no one shot you in the face, you're all right.
Face.
Yeah. Okay, Sam.
I had seen bits and pieces. For some reason, I kept getting. I thought this movie was. Oh God, what's the movie with the dude? Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski. It's funny. I did that exact thing last week.
Yeah, and it wasn't until recently I realized these things were different.
People probably hate us now for that.
I'm going to be in the minority and say I kind of liked this movie. I laughed and had some fun with it. Maybe it was because it was more of my, I don't know, not formative years, but it was made during that time that I enjoyed comedies and I enjoyed the humor in it. Yeah. We'll play the game later about who would you switch out, but really, is this almost like Dumb and Dumber to you guys? I kept getting hints.
In a way, yeah.
Well, I mean, I think there's like actually Dumb and Dumber connections in this movie too.
Yeah. And I love Dumb and Dumber, and I kind of got that a little bit. I really wish Bill Murray was in this movie more. I enjoyed pretty much all that Bill Murray was doing, all the bits that he was doing, and I guess apparently all the ad-libbing that he was doing for his lines. But I thought Woody Harrelson did well. Randy Quaid freaks me out. I'm going to have nightmares of Randy Quaid in drag for quite some time after this movie.
Oh my gosh.
But I thought it was fun. There are a lot of jokes in this movie that fall flat, it's not, slap your knee, slap Sean funny, but it's okay. It's a fun little comedy, I thought.
Well, so the reason why you got that feel is because it's the same directors, right? It's the same Farrelly Brothers duo.
They had the same kind of tempo.
Yeah,
not tempo. What do you call it?
Tempo works, or just kind of the same feel, kind of vibe. Yeah. Dumb and Dumber, and then Kingpin, and then Something About Mary, and then Me, Myself, and Irene, Osmosis Jones, Shallow Hal, Stuck on You, Feed for Pitch, The Heartbreak Kid, Hall Pass.
Wow, they went down really fast.
The Three Stooges, Dumb and Dumber 2, Dodgeball, Speak No Evil is a short. So that's what they've done, right?
Pretty much like the Dodgeball, the underdog story with your boy Ben Stiller.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yep.
Cool.
Never seen it.
Never seen it.
No, I've never seen it. I won't watch.
You're kidding me.
No.
It's a good one, dude. It really is.
It really is.
Sarah told me that too, and so
you
because
could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball.
And there's like those kind of lines I actually find funny, and I kind of like the idea of Ben Stiller as a bad guy, so I'll probably watch it because of that. I just haven't. I just haven't. It just it never seemed funny to me. But my brother-in-law was like, "Oh, this is the greatest movie ever," but he also thought like the ping pong movie was too, which it was kind of funny because it had Christopher Walken in it saying ping pong, but otherwise it was whatever, right? Speaking of Christopher,
it's a much better movie than this movie.
Actually, yeah, I think so. It's not saying much. I will say this about Christopher Walken. I watched the new Jungle Book this weekend with my wife, and he was pretty good.
He's in it?
Yeah, he plays King Louis, and he sings the song. I want to be like
Really?
you, but it's Christopher Walken doing it, and it is hilarious. I was laughing. And again, Sam, remember when we watched the Lego movie and we would hear these jokes that were directed towards us and no one else got it?
Yeah, you were the only one laughing.
Yeah,
weren't you?
like I'm giggling and Sarah's looking at me like, why is this funny? Like, because it's Christopher Walken saying, I want to be like you. Ooh. It just is the way he did it. It was just so weird and funny. But anyway, it was a good movie. I liked it. I liked the Iron Man directors of Iron Man's
Barbara.
yeah, I like this vision of it. Like, not every animal could talk, which I thought it was interesting. Like, anyway, it just like most of the monkeys couldn't talk. Only King Louie talked, and there's a couple times where Mowgli meets an animal and he would talk to it and he would just look at him like, "We don't know what you're saying." But then like obviously he can talk to Baloo, which is Bill Murray, which is our connection back to this movie.
Nice. It comes full circle.
Yeah.
Like a bowling ball.
That's right, with a rose in it. And anyway, so this back to Kingpin. 96.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, 96. I was a freshman, in high school.
Senior?
Yeah. Senior.
I was still
citizen,
going
right?
to the movies to see comedies like this, yes?
Yeah, I wasn't. Like again, I didn't think Dumb and Dumber was all that fun either.
Oh, man.
I just remember
I know there's a reason why we don't get along.
Well, there's other reasons. Mainly because you're an asshole. But otherwise, but see, I also didn't like Me, Myself, and Irene. I didn't think that was very good.
I thought that was mean. I thought Me, Myself, and Irene was a mean comedy.
I didn't particularly think Osmosis Jones was good, but it was okay. Something About Mary, I did not like. Shallow Hal was kind of funny. Stuck on You.
You didn't like something because you're un-American and don't like Ben Stiller.
I did, but I didn't. When I watched it, then I didn't have the despisery. What's the word I'm looking for? I wouldn't say hatred because I don't hate the guy. I'm sure he's a nice gentleman in person, but I just don't like his movies and him as an actor. I don't like. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you can hate a football player because he's a football player, not the person.
Yeah.
Like, there's only person that I would wish ill will on personally would probably be Tom Brady. But
breaking news, by the way, you see Josh Norman is out?
Yeah, I saw that. Or heard that on the radio. But anyway, so my point is that like I didn't like Something About Mary because I just didn't think it was a very funny movie. It was that movie along with several other movies, mainly Meet the Fockers, is what kind of made me kind of not like him. And there was some other movies in there that I watched and just like, ugh,
he's delightful in Meet the Fockers. Come on.
No, he's not.
You milk a cat, and
see again, that wasn't him.
That's
Like
De Niro.
De Niro was funny in that movie because that was a funny line, but I felt so bad for him because no person would ever put himself through the things that he has to go through in real life. And I know that's what makes it funny because that's what makes sitcoms funny, right? Because you're watching these people in these situations that would never happen in real life and you watch them squirm and whatever. And I get that's why it's funny. I personally just don't think he's funny. Anyway, back to this movie. I didn't like it. I'm with you, Andrew. I was bored, and typically one of two, I usually watch these movies in one of two ways: either during kind of my lunch break at work when I'm in my office secluded, and I got I have kind of nice Bose speakers in my office, so I can have the volume up, and I either put it on. So you might find this funny. Being that I'm the technology director for my building, I have access to all of the technology. So I kind of got tired of watching the movies on my iPad, so I brought in a 40-inch flat screen, and it's now in my office.
Nice.
So I'm now watching them on a 40-inch flat screen with Bose speakers. So I'm actually, in my little office at work, I have a better video experience than most people do. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, my point is that usually I can shut the door and enjoy the movie and whatever. And watching it, I had to watch it yesterday. I was so bored that I was looking for work to do in the office on my lunch break. Like, wow. Oh, good. Another montage. Okay, I'm going to do something because this isn't funny. Oh, we're on another traveling montage. Okay, I'm going to go over here and fix this thing. Oh, we're doing a bowling montage. Okay, I'm going to go break this so that I can fix it. I was bored. So, good job, Kingpin. You made me want to work while at work.
I want to go bowling.
Yeah.
We really should be doing this from an alley.
That sounds way more fun than watching this movie.
It is, yeah.
Which, by the way, I tell people this, and they give me these funny looks. When I was in high school, actually around this time, my best friend Chris and I, there was a bowling alley in High Point where we grew up, that during the summer, like June 1 to like August 1 or whatever, you could go there, and for $7, you can bowl as many frames as you want between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. and you would get...
before the senior leagues come in, right?
Yeah, basically. And they would give you a pitcher of soda for $7. So we would go there at 10 a.m. and we would bring like a little packed lunch in the car and leave it in the car and just bowl until our arms fell off. We would do this like 2 times a week. I never got very good, but we had a good time. So anyway, I like the bowl. Yeah, I like it. I like the smell of bowling alleys.
Yeah, there's
That's
some...
kind of weird.
It is weird.
No, but like, is it the oil
like
on the lanes or
yeah,
some...
Yeah, it's the...
And cigarette and nachos.
See...
Well, nowadays it's old cigarette. Like, there's still a little hint of it.
Yeah, because they haven't built new alleys in the last 15 years before they changed the smoking laws around here. And that's actually pretty accurate.
Yeah, all the windows are so tinted yellowish brown from the inside.
Yeah.
We
actually have
Every
a
time
really
you touch
nice
the
one.
shoes, you feel dirty, even though that they sprayed them with Lysol 10 minutes before you put them on.
Lysol, man, that stuff could cure cancer, the stuff they spray in there.
That's true.
No, I liked bowling. There's something about that, and the skating rink. I liked the oil and the smell of the skating rink, like the oil of the rink itself, and like the leather of the shoes.
I was never coordinated enough to actually skate, so I always hung out in the arcade of the skating rink.
Nice.
And if I was on the floor, the skating rink floor, I was literally on the skating rink.
And then
floor.
I was the guy running past you backwards, laughing at you.
Yeah, or running over my fingers, or
do
bumping into me, and yeah.
If I knew you, I would do that. I wouldn't do that just to be an ass. If I knew you, I would do that.
I don't know. That's yeah, okay.
No, I wasn't. No, again, I wasn't. Okay, we're getting into like a weird rabbit hole here, but like, so you had the local skating rink. We went to a lot because Chris and I were kind of in that weird skater punk phase with the long hair and the Vans and the Airwalks and the chain wallet and stuff like that, right? And we would go to the skating rink, and I had these really expensive, because I saved up a lot of money and bought these inlines, these rollerblades, and they were very expensive, and they had really good wheels on them, and I maintained it. And we would do races, and I would smoke the guys on the speed team, right? Because the speed team was like this weird clique within the roller rink, and they were all douchebags. Like the plastics within Mean Girls, you know what I'm saying? Like it was this weird clique, and they were allowed to go fast when the rest of us weren't, and it was really strange. And when I would beat them, they would get so mad. It was hilarious. And so anyway, it was just this weird moment. And also, this is not a story for the podcast, but the only fight I've ever been in my life was at the roller rink.
Wow.
Yeah. So
you were hardcore.
Oh, no joke, dude. I was banned from the roller rink for 2 months for fighting.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and the kid
Who
won? Technically, Steven did.
Oh, did he step in?
He finished the job.
Nice.
As only Steven could. For those of you who are listening, you don't know Steve. I'm talking about Steve Everett, who was our music.
Yeah, we know Steve. Listeners would know Steve from one of our episodes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Die Hard episode. Yeah,
Die Hard episode.
Yeah, back then Steve was larger. I mean, he's still tall, but he was a larger, kind of huskier guy. At the age of 16, he weighed 280, but could bench press 320. So when I say Steven finished the job, I mean he finished it.
Nice.
So anyway,
what is the argument over?
We'll do that.
Hustling?
No.
No. Were you hustling some people like?
How would you hustle in a roller rink?
Steve, how many of those cigarette-toting women can you pick up? Can you get that?
This was
80-year-old.
This was like Friday night. There was no smoking going on here or anything.
What
like that.
What about that really freaky old guy that wore the really tight clothes and would like dance skate?
That wasn't a thing. Again, most of the adults were there with their children. They were you
didn't have that guy at yours.
No.
No.
Are you? Okay. Are you that guy now?
Dude, if I tried to dance on skates, I'd kill myself. I'd literally break my neck from falling.
Oh, I
so bad.
I do. Well, one of these days I'm going to take Declan skating, and we'll have because there's a Kate skate like up the street, and we'll have a good time.
So the equivalent of getting caught hustling skating, would they take off a foot?
I don't know. I guess I don't know. Again, I'm not sure how you hustle skating. I guess maybe if like you. Okay, actually, this is how you hustle it, Sam. In a 4-hour skate, there are 2 races. So the first race, I suck, right?
Yep.
And I bet a small amount of money, right? And then the second race, I'm like, hey, give me a chance to win my money back. And, oh, I found some extra for my girlfriend, so here's another whatever. And then I smoke them. And then that's how, I guess that's like the only way I can think of hustling at a skating rink.
You beat the preacher who's drinking. And then his one vice is the skating rink. You know, betting on skating at the skating rink.
Yeah, and smacking the asses of the girls that come by for some reason. Did you notice that everyone in the movie except for back to the movie now? Everyone in the movie except for Ishmael was a complete asshole.
Absolutely.
Like everyone in this universe are horrible people except I can't remember his name. I'm Pilot, I Fly, that guy.
Danny Quaid.
Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid. Yeah.
Everyone.
Well, the father who spoke in who I swear was Woody Harrelson speaking.
It was at the end. It was at the end. I don't know why.
At the beginning of the movie, when he's talking to his son, I swear that's Woody Harrelson's voice.
Well, no. What happens is I can go back and play the clip if you want. There's a moment when it switches, and I thought what was going to happen is it was going to show us showing Woody Harrelson finishing the line to a girl or somebody else, right? Because it's clearly Woody Harrelson saying the line, and it doesn't. It's him in a bowling alley with Bill Murray doing a funny commentary. So only thing I could think of was that the reason why they did that was that that guy either screwed up his line or he wasn't there for additional recording.
Rewrite or something like that.
And so they oh, well, your voice is kind of like his, so we need you to finish the line, and he just finishes the line. Because it is weird that it changes.
Okay. Are you sure it didn't start Woody, though?
Yeah, here. We'll listen to it real quick.
Yeah, play it again. Play from the beginning.
Yeah, give me a sec.
You got a great gift, son. It's as if angels came down from heaven and put a blessing on your 3 bowling digits. You can apply everything that I've taught you about bowling.
There's a break.
You hear the difference? Like, it's completely different.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So, and that that I heard that when I was watching it the first time, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. We're gonna transition to him talking to somebody. Oh no, he's not. He's standing there with long hair at a bowling alley. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway,
because that happens, by the way.
What?
And back in the 70s.
What, long hair?
There's lots of disco and bowling together, like skating and disco.
Well, that's actually still a thing, but anyway. That was kind of a thing still in 96, 97, 98. You'd still play that one random, like the YMCA song or Staying Alive, but then you would play something that was new and current of the time, which would have been like the Spice Girls or Gangster's Paradise or other things that you would...
I just have a hard time envisioning you hanging out at a skating rink. It's that's hilarious to me.
Yeah.
That's... Yeah.
That's okay. We had a good time.
Do kids still do that? Do kids still go?
Not to the one in High Point because it's closed.
Skating rink?
But I mean, I guess kids still go. I don't know if...
Not unless it's like they do it as a novelty type thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't think...
Wouldn't it be funny if we all went skating? You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but then they have a good time, but they're too cool to admit it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like we would do, like sometimes if we had the money because it was more expensive, we would go up to the ice, it was called the Ice House, which was an ice rink, not a beer place, an ice rink. But Chris was actually really good because he's from New York. Not saying people from New York are good at hockey. My point is that he actually did that. Like he grew up skating on ice. So to your point, Sam, I was you on ice, right? Like I'm the dude on the against the railing.
Well, I was still me on ice.
Well, yeah, that's fair. the only part is that
it doesn't matter if I had ice skates or regular skates on, I was on the floor.
But the funny part is that
trying to get my center of balance back.
Right. But the thing that really stinks is that like on ice, for some reason it hurts more, and then you just get wet and cold. So At least when you fall at the roller rink, you know, you just fall on wood. Anyway, this conversation's going strange places.
Well, you know where all the cool kids of the 90s went?
Where?
Was not the skating rink.
That's probably true. That's why I was there.
Just so you know.
No, again, that's why I was there. I was not a cool kid. That's okay. So, Woody Harrelson stars in this movie with Randy Quaid and Vanessa Angel, who I don't know.
At one point, I put my hand over her face above her nose.
Mm-hmm.
Do that in this movie, and she looks like what's her name from Avengers, Scarlett Johansson.
Really?
Got Scarlett Johansson's lips.
No, okay. Yeah, I can kind of see that. Let you say that. She was
by lips. You mean breasts? Is that what you're...
I mean, she did. She did. Of course, she had a good. She had certainly a nice body. I guess she was kind of hot. I don't know.
I thought she was Kim Cattrall for a while.
You thought what?
Kim Cattrall for a while?
No, yeah, I can kind of see that. It's kind of basically the same character, right? Like she's literally only on screen to be the hot girl.
Yeah. The distraction, the sexed up.
Yeah,
woman part. Yeah.
I guess my only problem with that is that I understand that we men are dumb creatures in nature, and we're like, oh, look, a pair of breasts, and we get distracted. But I don't know. I guess I kind of feel like maybe I'm speaking too highly of our half of the species, but I kind of feeling that if the three of us had money riding on bowling, I think we could look down at the bowling ball instead of her boobs bouncing around. Like once you've seen them, they're good, right?
No, I would look at the boobs.
Yeah,
and then I'd look at the bowling ball, look at the boobs again.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like you
prioritize your time.
Right. I don't think you would exactly like. I feel like, and maybe because we're not in our 40s or 50s. Well, Sam is, but maybe we're not because we're not in our.
Not in my freaking 40s yet, you jerk.
You're not in our 40s or 50s yet. I don't know, but the whole bit seemed real dumb, and then I could not have rolled my eyes harder when the guys weren't falling for it, and then Quaid whispers into it, and they pull out a sheep, and then the guy's like winking at the sheep, and I thought, oh my God. That is so awful.
I love it.
Oh, it was so bad. And then they hustled.
It's not supposed to be highbrow humor here, folks.
I understand that, but that doesn't like. And people are gonna like, well, wait a minute. You like Chris Farley movies, which is obviously different. You know, like I liked the Black Sheep and Tommy Boy, and I don't know why, but for some reason those movies are way better than this. And I don't know why. Yeah. I don't know if it's the timing. I don't know if Chris Farley's delivery is just better.
I would think it's delivery. It's the comedic timing.
That's a big part of it, yeah.
Yeah. And I thought what he did was great. And I just like the lines that he delivered. I mean, I can't even think of a line from this movie that I just watched. But I can always remember fat guy in a little coat. Like... Anyone can say that, and 30 people in the room are going to laugh if it's, Sam putting on a small coat. You know what I'm saying? Like, or me or Andrew. Because none of us are exactly skinny dudes. But, like...
I was skinny once.
We were all skinny once, but then college happened.
No, it was after college happened.
Oh.
Kids.
So, yeah, you got married and had the kids.
Yeah.
For me, it was...
I put on my relationship weight.
Yeah. Relationship gut. Is that what they call it? How much of other? Yeah, I hit my freshman 15 my senior year. Oh, wow. It was weird. I turned 21, and I don't drink beer, so it wasn't because of that. I just turned 21, and my metabolism said, "We're done. You're on your own from now on." And
I think that happened to me like 3 years ago.
Right.
I held out for a little bit longer.
Yeah, about the same time. Yeah. Yeah, mine was early 30s.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Anyway, So this movie didn't make a lot of money. It wouldn't.
Nope.
It only made $24 million, and it had a budget of $27 million.
Ouch.
Yeah, and
I'm sure it's made that amount back though in VHS.
Yeah. video sales and all that
Netflix,
stuff.
yeah.
It's what you would call like not a cult classic, but it has like a following, like a bunch of other movies that we've watched for this show.
Is it me or do a lot of comedies end up doing that? Because it's rare that a comedy will do really, really well in the box office, but they'll do really, you go to, back when there was Blockbuster, you'd go to a Blockbuster and they're all gone.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. And I think simply, now this is a me thing personally, and this is kind of I'm going to sound like a complete snob, and I don't really care, but when I go to pay money to see a movie, right, I want to go to experience something that is going to be heightened by the theater experience that I can't get at home.
Yep.
I can still laugh at home just as much as I can at a theater.
Yep, I'm right there with you. The only difference is that you might have a crowd around you that will laugh with you or with the movie. That helps that experience out.
Yeah, you might get a little bit of a built-in laugh track. Like, I get that.
Yeah,
but I cannot I can't think of a time that I paid money to see a comedy. Because, again, to me, it's like, am I going to buy Anchorman on Blu-ray? No, because the jokes are still funny on DVD. So there's no reason for me to buy that. Did I buy Star Wars The Force Awakens on Blu-ray? Hell yeah, because that's a better experience. So
yeah,
I don't know if
I saw Hangover 2 in the theater.
You saw it like a matinee and you paid $3 for it though, right?
Yeah, well, it wasn't a whole lot of money, but it was still a good time. But like I said, I'm not going to go down and see it in IMAX for...
They probably don't even offer it in that, but yeah. But again, I personally wouldn't have spent money on that at all, personally. Again, that's me. And I don't know if there's... obviously movies like this have to make money or they wouldn't be making them ever. But you do make money off video sales and rentals. And they got a few pennies, I guess, from us for watching it on Netflix, I guess. I'm not sure how that works, but...
And condom ad placements.
Yeah, for Trojan and things. And ESPN and actual Chris Berman. How did they get him there? I guess he wasn't... In 96, he wasn't what he is now. So, heck, we saw him on The Longest Yard. So, I guess he'll do anything, really.
Yeah.
Which is actually an Adam 10 movie that I do like. Anyway, so, I don't know. I don't want to spend the whole... rest of the hour or whatever, just making fun of this movie. And that's one of the hard things about doing comedies for a review, where we kind of poke fun at things because it's kind of making fun of itself a little bit.
Well, and everybody has different funny bones. There's some comedies that I will love that you will hate, and vice versa. Just like you hated whatchamacallit, Meet the Fockers. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but you hit Chris Farley upside the face with a 2x4. That's hilarious to me.
Yeah, I think that's funny too, though.
It's not so much here or here, but right in the middle. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with your face. What can I get you? Oh my God, what's wrong with your face? I knew it. Like, that to me is funny. I don't know why.
I really think that for me, that comedies have to be done the right way. You have to have the right actor that delivers the line the right way, and you have to have a counterpart who plays off of that actor the right way. Yep. And that's what makes a comedy. And when you have comedies that are a flop, then there's one of two things. It's either really bad writing and people that could do a good delivery don't because it's such bad writing, or it's just people that don't have chemistry on the screen.
Yes, I totally agree with that. And
I'm trying to think of an example of that, but I stay away from bad comedies, I guess.
Movies that didn't do... Okay, go ahead.
Well, I made the mistake, actually, of going to the theater to see it, but I went and saw Pixels. And... those actors, and we watched Ridiculous Six. Yeah. And a lot of the same actors. Those actors, and they have done movies together that were funny and were, delivered well, and the Pixels was awful. It was a terrible movie. and I was angry that I wasted money to see it in a theater.
I will say this. Sarah and I redboxed it a few weekends ago, or maybe a month or two ago. It was one of those weekends where we were just, I think it was just raining all the time, and we were like, hey, let's just watch a bunch of movies. And so we did. Anyway, I didn't hate it. Like, I didn't hate it the way a lot of people hated it. I didn't think it was a very good movie, but it certainly was better than Ridiculous 6.
Yeah.
Because at least in Pixels, Adam Sandler is kind of funny, whereas in Ridiculous 6, he's not at all. Now, I think Josh Gad. I'm getting a little tired of him being in everything. It just seems like ever since he was Olaf, that snowman, he's just in every comedy now.
I have only found him funny as Olaf.
Right.
And it was more endearing than funny. It wasn't
Right. Well, because we're kind of laughing at the character, right? We're not laughing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny when he wants to be a snowman in the summer, and then he's like, "I'm going to tell him." Like, don't you dare. That's funny because we're laughing at the idea of a snowman being in summer. Not that any of his really lines are all that funny. Like, I don't have bones. You know, like, okay. So anyway, I don't know. So to your point,
well, and some of the timing in that too is just off.
Yeah, you know, but
go back and watch. There's just some problems.
Well, yeah.
So, anyway, but we're not reviewing Frozen.
No, for goodness, that song would still be stuck in my head. But Andrew, I mean, yeah, we've done that in this. I mean, we did Ridiculous 6. That movie was terrible. I mean, the only funny things were some of the one-liners that we got from the other characters. Hey, Burrow.
Yeah.
You know, like, that part was a little funny, you know? Like, and we're laughing again, but I think we're laughing more at of us talking about it than the actual scene. But I did like the part when he's talking to the Burrow. Like, it's okay, Burrow. You're just as good as a horse. I don't know why that was funny to me, but anyway. So, but yeah, Andrew, you're right. There are certainly a lot of movies that the comedy just doesn't work, and then there are certain ones that do. I mean, like Monty Python is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen, and it's stupid. I mean, nothing in that movie makes sense at all, and they make fun of themselves. They kind of break the fourth wall, but for whatever reason, it works, and I don't know why. But it does. They figured out the formula. So,
yeah.
Anyway, did you guys?
Where were we?
I'm looking at my notes. So, this movie breaks my rule with my notes.
Uh-oh.
You know how I've said that if it's a good movie, I don't take very many notes, and if it's a bad movie, I take a lot of notes because I kind of hate it. I didn't take that very many notes because I was kind of bored and didn't want to talk about it. And
I think you were busy too. Weren't you trying to find work to do?
I kind of was. And the other part of it is, and this is actually, I'm going to be honest with you. After watching it, not before, but after watching it, this is one of the very few podcasts, other than like Poultrygeist, and I can't think of any other ones that I actually just didn't really want to even get on the show and talk to you guys about it. It sounds so wrong because this is the podcast is I do it because I love it, right? That's why we do this thing, right? Because we enjoy it.
But if it's any indication of all these rabbit holes we've chased down, I think there's a reason why we've been chasing these rabbits.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to with you on that. It's hard to talk about this movie.
I just don't want to talk about it. I really don't. I mean, just all right. So let's talk about a couple of the gags real quick, okay? Because I feel obligated to do so. All right. Some of the gags I thought were funny. Some of the gags made me violently ill. All right. Watching other people throw up is awful, and I have a hard time with that. So when
and that old lady is so freaking gross.
Oh my gosh, she's gross.
God.
And why are all old
you
ladies?
throwing up because you're drunk? No, throwing up because I haven't drank.
Well, that part was I was okay with that part because that line was actually funny. It was earlier when he's puking his guts out because he had to have sex with that old woman.
Oh, yeah.
She's adjusting her like pantyhose over those legs. Oh my God!
Like all old women in this movie were horrific. Like the old Amish lady who had her own beard.
He kissed her on the cheek.
Yeah,
Pulling it out of his mouth.
yeah. And see that gag was funny to me. I liked that gag because she's Amish, so she doesn't use a razor. So that was kind of funny. But him puking in the toilet, I almost lost it. And of course, I was eating lunch then, right? And that was one of my notes.
I enjoyed the coffee thing. I thought that was quite funny.
The what? The coffee bit where he pretends to savor, and then he pours actual hot coffee in the guy's face. Yeah, that bit was kind of funny too. And he's screaming out the window, he's like, "You owe me 100 now." Yeah. I did my second note, Sam, though, was favorite. Oh, go ahead, Andrew.
No, I was gonna say my favorite bit that I saw was when he says, go take the shoes off of the horse, and he comes up with the hooves, and he's like, "I got him, but it took a while."
Yeah,
and I was just that part wasn't funny, but picturing a horse just kind of standing there on nubs, that made me laugh.
Well, and then they show the horse later in the movie, and it's like
it's a pony,
half as high.
Yeah. Well, there's trivia about that. In the trailer, it actually shows him cutting the horse's knees off, like cutting the feet off at the knee.
Oh, good Lord.
Right. So, again, I got why they were what they were trying to accomplish. He's a dumb American, and he doesn't know what shoes are on a horse. But, Jesus, he just ruined that horse's life.
Well, I will say the Fairley brothers, in every single movie, PETA has complained vehemently that they have hurt some sort of animal.
Oh, I believe it.
I know Me, Myself, and Irene, don't they hit a cat?
I don't know, maybe. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Oh, did we lose Sam? Oh, we're losing Sam.
And then, yeah. Oh, am I here?
There you are. All we heard was they hit a cat and then you disappeared.
Yeah, they hit a cow in
cow.
Me, Myself, and Irene, and then we're shooting it in the head and it wasn't dying.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember right, I think it was that movie.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
And they take the head off a bird and Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber, yeah. Yeah, there's like every movie, there's something to do with an animal that gets hurt.
Nice. Well, good for them. I'm actually curious about this.
So something about Mary. What was it in something? Was it the dog?
Yeah, the dog got punted out the window or jumped out the window or something.
That wasn't real, though, was it? That couldn't have been a real dog.
Well, I mean, in movie terms, it was a real, but anyway.
How do you spell Fairley Brothers? I can't remember.
Farrelly.
Farrelly.
LLY. Yeah.
I'm just Google searching PETA and Fairley Brothers. Oh. Top 10 things you didn't know about the Fairley Brothers. Ooh, where is this going to go? Yeah. Don't
this
care.
Is great radio.
I know. I'm trying to find out anything about PETA. I don't see anything. No.
From Hunger Games?
No, not PETA. PETA Millark. No, not him.
Would you like some bread?
Anyway, 28 vegans that rock. Where are we going here? All right, I'm done with that. Anyway, I will say this: PETA, that's no joke, right? Because, you heard the story. You guys keep making fun of me for it since episode 4, when the Western movie that I did, that we had a PETA representative on set because we had horses and chickens and mules, and no, don't boom over the horse.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can't imagine that a big budget movie like this would ever actually endanger an animal. I mean, the reason why that PETA has a movie studio portion is because of movies like Ben-Hur or whatever. Like when they needed a horse to fall, they would put tripwire. And and the horses would break legs and stuff, and they would just destroy the animal if it couldn't perform. Like they did that stuff all the time back in the 50s and 60s. They didn't care. So anyway, let's bring the show down a little bit there.
While we're talking here, I'm watching the movie in silent again because I feel like there's a bunch that I missed the first time because I wasn't really paying attention, or it wasn't holding my attention. But I just saw the scene. It's kind of a connection between, you said there were some connections with Dumb and Dumber, and you may be getting to this later, but there's the guy with the vest that has a hat that says "Kick his ass, Seabass" or something like that on the hat.
Yeah. Yeah. So the old lady, creepy old lady, her name is Lynn Shay. She's been in 189 projects on IMDb.
Wow.
Yeah. Not starting with, but you would know her as the teacher from Nightmare on Elm Street. And Sally from Critters. And Sal from Critters 2. And Witness from Loaded Weapon. That's actually a funny movie.
So basically, she doesn't turn down any jobs.
Mrs. Neugerbergen in Dumb and Dumber. The
She's
Madam
the orange
in,
lady.
She was in Last Man Standing. I like that movie a lot. What you say?
Yeah, but she was in Something About Mary. She was she had a tan that was so dark. I mean, it was like a Donald Trump tan. It was really orange and
yeah. She was Margie in Dumb and Dumberer when Harry Met Lloyd, and she was Makeup Babe and Stuck on You. I'm trying to see if she's done anything that's like an actual good movie. Still looking. Snakes on a Plane. She was Grace. Right. She was an episode of ER. Well, good for her. Still looking. Gosh, she's been in a lot of stuff. She was in Insidious. She was in a movie called Sex Tax. Okay. Based on a true story. Okay. And another movie called A Good Old-Fashioned Orgy. Well.
Oh, good God.
It's not quite as good as Butt Whistle, but we're getting pretty close.
wow.
Dr. 420.
I'm just thinking about those varicose legs again, and I don't know that.
I'm pretty sure that was
I
like.
don't know that those good things go together.
Pretty sure that was like paint.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
But I
still.
mean, like, she's got 1, 2,
So
3,
gross.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 movies that are in production or filming or completed. So,
wow.
Good for her for still working. I mean, gracious.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good job. And of course, Randy Quaid can't come back to the States because he's crazy and owes a lot of money, and he looks like. We want to play the game real quick. My gosh, his IMDb photo. Randy Quaid.
Yeah.
What does Randy Quaid looks like? He looks like what Americans think Canadians look like.
I don't know. I think Canadians are a little more clean than that. I mean, he looks like a guy who lives in the woods in Canada.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, he looks like a woodsman from what Americans think woodsmen from Canada look like. What else? Like
Is he wearing like a beaver pelt?
Yeah, I was gonna say a fur trapper. He's a fur trapper from the 1920s. My gosh, that photo. Man. I'm going to do a couple more real quick just to see what else we've got. Bill Murray is that's a good photo. I can't say anything about Bill Murray. He's awesome. Wow. Okay. Anyway, I guess that's all what I'm going to do because that was funny. You want to play some clips now?
Sure.
All right. Did I do that one? I don't know. So I'll play this one.
It all comes down to this role. Roy Munson, a man-child, with a dream to topple bowling giant Ernie McCracken. If he strikes, he's the 1979 Odor Eaters champion. He's got one foot in the frying pan and one in the pressure cooker. Believe me, as a bowler, I know that right about now, your bladder feels like an overstuffed vacuum cleaner bag, and your butt is kind of like an about-to-explode bratwurst.
Hey, do you mind? I wasn't talking when you were bowling.
Was I talking out loud?
Was I?
And at that point, I'm like, oh, okay, this is the rivalry, and Bill Murray is going to be the asshat for the movie. Gotcha. This was one of the gags in the movie that made me literally want to throw up all over myself.
Hezekiah was afraid of getting his fingers dirty.
Morning! Yeah, I hope you don't mind. I got up a little early, so I took the liberty of milking your cow for you. Yeah, it took a little while to get her warmed up. She sure is a stubborn one. Whew.
We don't have a cow. We have a bull.
Good God.
Meanwhile, you hear the bowl in the background. Yep.
Now,
that bit was funnier in City Slickers.
Yeah.
They also did a bit like that, but differently, with the intention of being gross in Van Wilder's National Lampoon Van Wilder, where they have a dog, right? It's the fraternity's pet pit bull, or no, he's a bulldog. And the movie, for whatever reason, the bulldog's balls are really, really big. And so they decide to help the dog out with using eclairs, and then they give these cream stuffed eclairs to the rival fraternity. And these guys are eating them, and they're all loving it, and it's really gross, like stomach
Heads rolling down their chin.
And one guy goes, "I've had this flavor before," like it's so gross. And like that guy, like remembering this scene makes me kind of want to throw up just a little bit. But again, that movie to me was funny, and that was also back when Tara Reid was really hot, before she became crazy. I lusted over Tara Reid in that movie. Anyway, on to the next clip.
Wait, you put mustard on Tara Reid in that movie?
I would if she would let me. Okay.
Look, Mr. Munster, you're not exactly the smartest guy I ever ran across.
Oh, yeah? And who are you, Alfred Einstein?
It's funny because he's not right. And it's funny. So this character that
Woody?
Mountain Man McGee is playing, Randy Quaid. Yeah. He's basically playing the exact same. There's a movie based on the Steinbeck book called Of Mice and Men, and he plays basically the same character. He plays the big guy, right? And you've got the younger little guy. And so as I'm watching this movie, I can only think of that character from that movie. And I kept getting sad because I know how that book ends and the movie ends. And I kept thinking,
George? Is his name George or the guy in charge?
George is the little guy. Come on, George.
Little guy.
Come on, George. Let's
George,
go.
don't get a mousey.
Yeah, I can't remember the big what his name. I guess I can look it up. But anyway, I kept waiting for that to happen for some reason, which I know is kind of terrible. But he played Frankenstein the monster in a TV movie in 1992. Mr. Quaid. Oh yeah, this is our second Randy Quaid movie. Days of Thunder we did.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Interesting.
Right, that's the only other one, right? We haven't done any other ones.
Wait, was he in? Yeah, I guess he was in Days. He wasn't like a major character in Days of Thunder, but
he was a boss. You can't do that. That's my engine in that car, and that's what my boys are pushing. That's him. Yeah, he's in that movie.
Yeah.
Of Mice and Men, Lenny is the guy.
Lenny. Okay.
Anyway, next clip.
Yes, you remember what it says in the Bible about not forgiving, right?
I know exactly what it says. It's against it. Right?
I don't know why I captured that last high five, but anyway, we've reduced the Bible down to that one thing, which is fine, I guess. The last one I got, it kind of made me mad a little bit. I'll be honest with you. Hearing stuff like this just kind of made me mad, and I don't know why, but it did. But here we go.
Look at Ernie McCracken. A guy like Big Ern with his panache and style has clearly done for bowling what Muhammad Ali did for boxing.
What? Did he just say that? You can't say that. You can't say that. No.
This is a different world. You got to understand this world, this crazy bowling world.
So this is a trope, right? This is a trope that, when you get into these niche worlds where, like there's this huge weird following of those types of people.
Sort of like Pitch Perfect.
I was exactly the scenario, the example I was going to use. Like, it's not just the fact that there are a cappella competitions, but there are fanatical a cappella competition fans who've seen people perform hundreds of times, and they have their own a cappella competition podcast, in which we get to hear the commentators, which are the best part of the movie, talk. And there are other really good examples of this, like Point Break, where like they're all the surfers, but they're part of this surf club, and that's all they do, and they're really great at it. And I know there's 100 other examples of this. I'm sure the listeners at home are thinking of 15.
Fast and Furious, the first one.
Well, all of them.
The car. Well, yeah, true.
Yeah, because they're all car people, and they only hang out with other car people, and all the other people in the world don't know shit about cars, because we're the only car people.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, because there's no, I don't think that one works, actually.
No.
Okay. I know you. One of these days, you're going to interject Jurassic Park, and it's actually going to fit, and we're all going to be like, hey, good job, Sam. Yeah. And then we'll look back fondly.
Yay! Yeah.
I keep waiting for that to happen with Joe Pesci too.
That'll even be the name. That'll even be the name of the episode. That particular episode. Sam got Jurassic Park right, or something like that. It'll be the name of the episode. Unlike Butt Whistle last week. Gonna keep bringing that up.
Did you just say you liked Butt Whistle last week?
No, I said unlike or no like. Okay. But no. What did I say? I don't remember. I can rewind the tape, I guess. I guess technically I can't rewind the tape because it's not tape. Anyway, that was the last clip I have. Too many montages of driving, which was dumb.
There's some bowling montages.
Yeah, even in his commercials, Bill Murray is creepy and a perv. It was funny, but like
Tennessee, Kentucky.
But the problem is that the video producer in me is going, that would never go to air. You would never put that on TV because no one would ever give that man money. Like, he slaps the spandex on that girl's skirt or whatever. Like, sometimes when I wake up, he's already here. Like, oh my God. Jeez. It was, but it was funny, but
see, it had moments.
It had moments, but not that wasn't particularly one of them. But anyway, this movie. The only other clip I have to play is not yet. The next thing I'm going to say is Audible.com sponsored this lovely episode about a terrible movie. You can get
and skating rinks.
And skating rinks, about my high school history. You can get an audiobook and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/Cheapseat Reviews.
And now for some more bad news. Ready?
Trivia! Bill Murray really bowled 3 strikes in a row in the scene where his character, Ernie McCracken, does the same. The crowd's reaction is genuine and is actually for Murray. Woody Harrelson, on the other hand, was a terrible bowler, and according to the Farrelly brothers, maybe got 1 or 2 strikes throughout filming.
That's great.
The person shouting, "Ernie, you the man!" at the final showdown between McCracken and Munson is Will Ferrell. It's kind of funny. Like, he's just hanging out on set. As is the case with most of his films, Bill Murray ad-libbed virtually every line he spoke. He would read over the script, get a general idea, and then disregard it. The Farrelly brothers on the DVD commentary said that they're very glad that he did because it was funnier. Michael Keaton was the original... What?
I was going to say, like I said, I really enjoyed the Bill Murray stuff. Because
I kind of did.
Being a natural comedian, I enjoyed it.
I kind of did too, but also like I hated him, but what you're supposed to, because he's a complete ass clown, and you feel so bad for Woody Harrelson. I mean, my God, they cut off his hand for $1,500, and he leaves them there. He ruins his car, and I was actually kind of confused because, like, I felt like time had passed, but then it hadn't. It was really strange, like. They walk upstairs, and all of a sudden, they're doing the bit like they've done it 100 times. And then he gets in the car, and he's like, "What's the sugar for?" I thought, wait, How long has it been?
What?
Have you been? Has that sugar been back there for weeks or months, or was it? Are we the same night? I was confused. But anyway, he was a douche. I don't know. But he was funny. He was a funny douche. He was just still a douche. And you knew that he was going to win at the end because it would have been, I guess, funnier for him to win and say all those ridiculous things that he said during the press conference that, again, no normal person would ever say. But it's funny because it's a movie.
And it's Bill Murray.
Michael Keaton was originally considered for the role of Roy Munson. That would have been interesting. And Jim Carrey was the first choice to play Ernie McCracken. I don't know if I could see him being better than Bill Murray.
Not in that capacity. No.
No, so
he would have overdone it.
Well, that's what he does.
Yeah.
It sounds like someone's near a cricket. Is someone recording outside?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, that would be me.
You have the window open?
I do, yeah.
It's fine. I just didn't know what that noise was. It's like, oh, somebody's got their lucky cricket with them to record tonight.
I didn't even notice it.
So Corny had the train for a while, right?
I've got Molly.
You've got Molly, and Andrew now has his cricket. I don't really.
I did turn my cuckoo clock off.
That was pretty funny. I liked that last week, which I don't think made the cut. I can't remember. Do we want to do the recasting game? I don't know. Do we care?
I've got some.
Okay, go for it, because I don't.
I've got some thoughts, because I actually did think about this because I was bored during the movie, so I thought, okay, who would I want to see do this today? So as Roy Munson, I was thinking Bradley Cooper.
Okay.
Could see him maybe doing that. And then Kevin Spacey as Bill Murray's character.
I could actually really see that a lot, yeah.
Yeah, and then Vince Vaughn as Ishmael, maybe.
Yeah, or I can actually flip that. I can see Vince Vaughn as the complete douche. And
yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah.
And Kevin Spacey as the.
I could kind of see Kevin Spacey. There
Ishmael.
might be someone that can probably play off more naive and gullible. I don't know.
And for hot girl, you could take any hot girl. Beyonce came to mind only because there's no black people in this movie, so
that's true.
Yeah.
I thought Beyonce because everybody likes a little Bed Bath and Beyonce.
Okay.
Have you copyrighted that yet?
No, not yet.
No. Okay.
You can have that if you want.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. All right.
I like that. Yeah, Sam, do you have any thoughts to add on that? I kind of like
no,
that.
just Scarlett Johansson would be my first choice.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
For hot girl.
Her and everything.
Yeah, or nothing.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. I was thinking for the Amish Ishmael or Ishtar or whatever his name was.
Ishmael, not Ishtar.
It's Amish, not Arabic.
Right.
I am Ishtar. Crap. What was I talking about?
Ishmael.
Oh, what's his name from the movie with the hair?
Yep.
Dumb and Dumber guy.
Jeff Bridges? Or Jeff Daniels,
Jeff Daniels, yeah.
He's kind of old, though.
Well, now.
Again, that's the point of the game. 90s. Again, you screwed this up like 4 times now, Sam. If we were making this movie today, who are we casting? If we wouldn't put Scarlett Johansson in 96 because she would have been like 15.
Oh, that would have been creepy.
Right. So, you want to try again?
Yeah. Okay. No, let me rethink this and get back to you.
Okay. Come on, Sam, keep up. Yeah, I know you're old. You forget things. I'm trying to think too. I really actually like the Bradley Cooper idea. The only other one I could think of would be if you wanted to go like more of a dork, kind of realm. You could get the kid that played in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. What's his name? The real skinny, nerdy kid. You know what I'm talking about? Anybody?
No.
Bueller. He was in Superbad. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Not McLovin, but the other guy.
Oh, then never mind.
Oh, yeah.
Not McLovin. Oh, he was in Juno. He was
Jonah Hill?
Not Jonah Hill.
No, not
Juno.
He was in Juno. He was the father in Juno. I guess I could look him up on the IMDb.
I got you.
Scott Pilgrim.
Michael Cera.
Yeah, Michael Cera.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see him as kind of being that kind of awkward, whatever. You change the dynamic. Instead of a kid who's stuck in the past, like Woody Harrelson is, he's stuck in the 70s. Like, you can make him just like this kind of dorky, nerdy guy who, whatever. Obviously, he doesn't, maybe you don't do the gag where he loses his hand. I don't know. Maybe you have to, if you're doing it, I guess, scene for scene, maybe he doesn't work out. Who would work out for that then? I don't know.
Did this movie start the idea of people losing limbs for the Fairley brothers?
I don't know. Is that a thing that happens a lot?
Well, me, myself, Irene, he loses his thumb or his a couple fingers, I think.
Does he?
Yeah. What other movies did they direct? That one with.
Well, there's only 18 of them. So.
The people in the.
There's Something About Mary, Osmosis Jones, Shallow Hal, Stuck on You, Fever Pitch.
There's got to be something.
The Heartbreak Kid. What's that one? The Heartbreak Kid. Oh, it's with
The Heartbroken Kid.
Ben Stiller.
Hey, your buddy.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway. I'll rescind that motion and table it for next week.
Okay. I second. Soundtrack. The soundtrack was the only part of the movie that I liked throughout. When it started playing Goldfinger by Superman by Goldfinger, that ska tune that they sing, that they played every time they needed to make an escape, I was rocking it out, man. That's my that's my wheelhouse. That's my comfort.
You'd skate to that.
Shoot, yeah, man. I would skank to that. That's what it's called too. I could, put my chain wallet back on and dust off my old rollerblades and go grind some, rails at a park or something. Because that was all real. Now I'm fat and slow with a kid. I can't do all that stuff anymore. But yeah, I liked the 90s rock. The Blues Travelers at the end. Oh my gosh, I loved it. That was Blues Travelers, right?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Pretending to be Amish. That was
actually
awesome.
did enjoy that.
Yeah, I listened to
That's
the whole...
like the first time in the movie that I did pay attention. Yeah,
exactly. Well, I was looking...
And it was the Blues Traveler that didn't have the faulty frontman that was trying to make you think he was attractive.
Okay. Right. What?
Yeah, you don't remember that Blues Traveler?
No.
When their first single came out, the video on MTV, when they used to show music, had a very attractive person singing.
Right.
And then of course it wasn't the attractive person singing.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it was the guy, the fat guy.
That's okay. When I was a kid, I thought for some reason that Chevy Chase looked an awful lot like Paul Simon. And it wasn't until years later when I was like, oh, that actually is Chevy Chase. And Paul Simon is next to him in the video. And it's Paul Simon singing, but Chevy Chase is mouthing the words. I was very confused for a long time. Have you seen the video for You Can Call Me Al? Chevy Chase sings the song. And Paul Simon is just in the video playing random instrument. It's kind of funny. It's a funny video, but I was really confused as a kid. I'm like, wait, Chevy Chase sings this song? I didn't know that. That's cool. Anyway. No, I love the soundtrack. It was great. Or the music. The score, I didn't even know if there was one. But I mean, like Andrew, like seriously, like when I think literally I had like a mic cable broke down and I was repairing it, and then the Goldfinger came on and I poked my head up and I was like, heck yeah, man. So I was loving that.
You were a woo girl there for a while.
No, I wasn't a woo girl.
Yeah.
No, I was not a woo girl. I don't think so. No. That's a song. See, that song also has another special place in my heart because when Chris and I were children, we got one of those you could get from, what was it called? like a Pizza Hut, you can get like a PlayStation 1 demo disc, and it had the very first Tony Hawk Pro Skater. And on that was the song was that song. And I thought I had it on my phone, and apparently I don't. Now I'm really sad. Because, so like you would play, it was only a 2-minute demo. So for 3 months, I only heard the first 2 minutes of the song. And so I've ended up having to buy the CD just so I can hear the whole song. So anyway, it's kind of funny.
That's the best story I've ever heard.
You know, you're right. It was the best story you've ever heard.
I'm a better person for coming out the other side of that story.
Well, you know, I'm really glad for it. There, asshole.
Don't hold back now.
What did we learn from this movie? Well, we learned that people are mean to people with prosthetic hands. I mean, that's all there is to it. Top 3. Oh, wait. I have to hit a button. Maybe. If I can find it. There it is. I also have to have the channel unmuted. Jesus. Have I ever done an episode of this show before?
Wait, we're on a show?
We interrupt.
Gosh, stop it.
You can do it, Sean.
Man. This is so painful. Oh my gosh. Top 3 Woody Harrelson movies. Somebody else talk.
All right, Andrew. What's your top 3 Woody Harrelson movies? Go.
Top 3. All right. With an honorable mention, Zombieland.
There we go. Okay, I'm done. That song.
Kind of reminds me of what's that group? Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
Yeah, it's ska. That's what that is.
Kind of reminds me of that in a way.
Yeah. That from 96, 94 to 2003, ska was a thing, and it was real and powerful, and I wept with the day.
Everybody liked it.
For about 5 minutes, yeah. You're right. In fact, they still use a lot of...
I thought that trumpets could finally have a place in real, pop music again.
For 5 minutes. They use it a lot. You hear a lot of ska now in like car commercials. You know, like a car's zipping around a thing, and they've got like this beep 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 beep. Yeah, kind of in the background.
It's an energetic movie.
Yeah, it is, and so, but like that's what it is now. It's like been reduced to car commercials, and I've also noticed a lot of like kids cartoons now is kind of ska like. Like Miles from Tomorrowland on Disney is very ska. It's just missing horns.
Huh.
Anyway, I can play that for you after the show. Sorry, Andrew, I completely interrupted your top 3. So you said Zombieland. That's a good one.
Honorable mention with Zombieland.
Okay.
Coming in at number 3, Doc Hollywood. With Michael J. Fox. It's an older one.
He's in that movie?
He plays...
that's right. He plays the...
dirtbag.
Right. I forgot he was in that movie.
You don't know whether to like him or not like him in the movie. And but anyway, that's number 3. Number 2, kind of a tie for all the Hunger Games.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that he did a fantastic job in all those. Probably one of the better roles that I think he's done. And then number 1, little movie called Now You See Me. And they're actually doing a second one of those.
You mean Catch Me? Yeah, Now You See Me. I wrote Catch Me If You Can, but that's what I meant to write was Now You See Me. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, Sam.
Okay.
There you go.
He's going to be Lyndon B. Johnson in LBJ the movie.
Weird.
Yeah.
That is really weird.
All right, I've got my number 3 is 7 Psychopaths.
Okay.
Which is kind of a fun little movie. My number 2, of course, I'm with Andrew there with the various Hunger Games movies. And my number 1 is I loved him in Zombieland and his Search for Twinkies that ever was on.
Always foiled, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when they cast him in Hunger Games, and I actually didn't like it. I was like, oh no, man, the character is like a big fat dude, and he's kind of, you know, and then he's not, because that's how he's described in the book. You remember, Sam?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Because you read the books. I don't know if you had Andrew or not, but and then I watched the movie and I was like, oh, actually, he's really good. Okay, he was actually really good in that. Because the way he was so condescending. Listen here, sweetheart. Like, I like the way he was kind of condescending in those movies. And I still kick myself to this day that I had an opportunity to be a sound guy on that movie and I missed it. So anyway,
you could have stayed at my house.
I know, dude. Like, it's that is one of the pivotal moments in my quote unquote career where I missed something. Yep. I missed an opportunity because I stayed with the safe choice because I would have lost my gig at Carowinds, and the funny part is, if I would have just asked them what the show was, for those of you who have not heard the story or even care, but basically, I got a call saying, "Hey, we need a boom operator for this movie. We're filming in Hickory. It's for about 6 weeks. It pays pretty well. Do you want the gig?" And I said no, because then I would lose my job here at Carowinds. And they said, "Okay, well, thanks. Then we'll, thanks anyway." And then literally the next day, you, Sam, call me and say, "Hey, did you know that they're filming the Hunger Games in Hickory?" I was like, "Son of a bitch!" And I called them back, but they didn't answer the call. They didn't. So
meanwhile, Sean gets the gig, and it's
Oh, Thomas Harden, I wanted you as Pivot.
Anyway, I would not have made that movie bad. I'm just saying. I would know to move under the horse.
There's no horses in that movie.
No, there's not. Oh, man, that would have been so cool. Shooting in the woods, and I could have met Jennifer Lawrence. Like, seriously, one of the moments in my career where I really missed out. Anyway, enough of that.
Sorry.
I know, right? My number 3 is I did. Or were you done, Sam? I'm sorry.
No, that's it. I was going to say, and you could have lived in my basement. We could have played video games every night.
It would have been so fun.
Yeah. It would have been awesome.
It would have been so cool. Let's not think about it. It makes me sad just a little bit. I will say this. The staying with Carowinds led me to the job that I'm at now. So I am thankful for that. And I know my wife is, because working in film was very hard. It's hard on a marriage. It's a hard industry to be in.
Well, I mean, the whole, Jennifer Lawrence there too.
Yeah, I don't think that would have mattered. Yeah, cast usually don't fraternize with the crew much. Usually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they're friendly. Again, especially the low budget production garbage that I've done. You can get pretty friendly with the crew and stuff and the cast. But like a lot of big budget stuff, they usually don't. They're nice to you because you're the ones making their movie. But I don't think there's a whole lot of dating the crew kind of a thing. I don't know. Maybe there was. Yeah. I mean, gosh, Carrie Fisher went and told Daisy Ridley, don't sleep your way through the crew, because apparently she did that in Star Wars. So.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. Apparently she was kind of passed around a little bit, which is unfortunate for her.
Wow.
No, not good for her. That's awful. Like,
why?
Because she was really young.
Oh.
Like, that's kind of, what I'm saying? Like, that kind of stinks for her. I kind of feel bad for her. Though, anyway, I'm not going to say that. I will say this, though. Shauna Waldron, who played Icebox in the movie.
Little Giants.
The Little Giants movie. She was on the pilot of the terrible movie, TV show that we did. And and I had such high esteem of her. Like, oh my gosh, you're Icebox. And I got to meet her and all this other stuff. And then when she got drunk, I was like, oh, you're drunk, Icebox. And then she got a little touchy-feely with one of the other crew, the director of photography, and I was like, no, you're Icebox. You can't do that. Anyway.
Shatter your dreams.
I know, right?
Completely. Sorry, dude.
I know. My number 3 was White Men Can't Jump.
I didn't like that one.
Oh, I thought it was hilarious.
I didn't either.
I liked it. Oddly enough, number 2 for me was also Hunger Games. And then my number 1 was also Now You See Me. So
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's actually good. It's a magic
It really
thing.
is.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo is in it. There's a cool twist. Like, it's a good movie.
I'll have to check it out.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Sir.
Oh, no.
Michael Caine. And Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman. That was a terrible version, but that's all I can do.
Corny would
yeah, he could do
help
that one. I don't think we have any. That's it, right? So we don't have any email. I gotta find. Yeah, there's my script.
Sad.
No, yeah. Like I mentioned before the show, the only email we have is from the podcast awards nomination people,
which is telling us to stop sending them emails.
No,
go away, guys. Leave us alone.
I haven't registered us to do the show to do it because I just don't really see a reason to. But if you, the listeners, say, "Hey, we'll nominate you, we'll vote for you, whatever," then I guess we'll do it. But I don't particularly want to do it because I'm lazy. That's not it. Actually, kind of is. So no email, but again, you can always send us an email and we'll read it and we'll laugh and cry together on cheapseatreviews@gmail.com. Out of 10. Time for the out of 10. Andrew.
All right, I'm going to try to be more. I was perusing our website and I'm going to try to be more analytical about how I do this now. So I was actually going back and looking at some of the things that we watched and that I like better than this, because I was going to give it a score that was a little higher than some of the stuff that I like better than this, and I don't want to do that. So, for instance, I think A Knight's Tale is a better movie, or Snowpiercer is a better movie than this.
Yeah.
And those didn't score very high for us.
That was Sean.
Yeah, so
Snowpiercer affected me, man. Like, there's something about that movie that I still think about that movie every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah. It got to me. I think it's actually better than what I originally said, just because it kind of haunted me a little bit. But anyway.
So I am gonna say 5.4 hooks on the hand. I don't know.
Okay. I'll go with that. So you said 5.4. All right.
5.4.
I will say this for you, Andrew. You're fairly consistent. I'm looking back over your last few. So you did this 5.4, and then before that was 6.2, 4.7, 5.2, 6.8, 6.2. So I feel like it takes a lot to get you kind of, give a movie a good rating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's okay.
I'm pretty sure if it's on Netflix, it doesn't deserve.
It's not true at all.
We need Andrew to nominate movies. We need to get him in there.
Yeah, we need you to pick something that you're going to like. So when you come out with a 9, I'm going to be like, what?
Well, I added one to the list, Bone Tomahawk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm waiting on that one.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on that one. That's going to be, you guys are going to like it.
You're going to be waiting a while.
Yeah, I know. It's at the end of December. Is that what I'm looking at?
Yeah.
Of 2017?
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
All right. So, Sam.
I think I'm going to give this a good 5.8 bowl buckets of milk out of 10.
Excuse me.
Or buckets of bowl milk. I guess I should say that. Yeah.
So gross.
A whole bucket.
Whole bucket. That you could spill and just pour. Like, the fact that he had the milk mustache, too, was just... makes me want to throw up just a little bit. Actually, a lot of it. That's okay.
Yep.
What am I going to give this? I don't know. I really just didn't like it. So I'm just going to say...
Well.
Sean, I'm going to do... I don't know. I'm not going to go back and look either to affect my vote. So I'm just going to say 3.5.
Wow.
Didn't like it. Just didn't like it.
Oh.
I didn't
Such
think it was
a horrible person.
Well, that's fine. I just
You
didn't
have
think
it down there with Sharknado, and
I had more fun with Sharknado. I wasn't bored during Sharknado. No, we did watch Sharknado together, the four of us, with Chad, obviously. But I just whatever. That's okay. That's it. That's our show.
You could not like a movie. You are entitled.
We all have our I mean, gosh, yeah, we certainly do. We have disagreed on many a movie that we've done. I actually tend to think that makes better podcasts when we disagree. Most people like it when you and I argue most of the time, Andrew or Sam.
Yeah.
Frankly.
Or Andrew too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We need to get a good argument with Andrew somehow.
That would be pretty funny to do.
We need to break him in.
Ooh, that sounds awful. That sounded like something from that weird fantasy that he had with the Tostitos guy and the $1 million.
I need an adult.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's going to do it for our show. So, before we get into trouble.
And you know where that came from. That whole dream
yeah, it was from another movie that he did. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, I think I started the music too soon. Sorry there, Candide. I mean, because I just remembered I haven't teased what we're doing next week. Yeah, so GarageBand decided to take a dump, but not before I realized it. So the guys have already hung up, and so now I'm just doing it, as they say, fixing it in post. So next week we are doing, as I was going to tease, we are doing, what are we doing? Oh, we're doing National Treasure. That's right, National Treasure, that movie with the Nicolas Cage and all that stuff. So look forward for that. It should be a fun time. I will enjoy making fun of that movie immensely because, it's so historically accurate and all. Anyway, so that's going to do it for the show. So, so of course you send us your emails to cheapseatreviews@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter at CheapseatCast. I am at Sean J. Allred. Sam is at Sinigi16. Corny is at Johnny Darko16. And Andrew is at A. Jimison. Please send us your reviews, like I said, to Gmail, cheapseatreviews@gmail.com. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/cheapseatreviews. We are now on iTunes and Stitcher and Google Play. What? Yep, it's official. Google Play launched their new app for Android phones, and you can now stream our podcast. So if you got a buddy who's like, man, that podcast you listen to is so cool on your iPhone, I wish I can get it on my Android. Well, you can say friend now is your lucky day. So that's right, we're on Google Play. So check us out there, leave us a review. We love to hear them. Also, or read them, you can leave us a voicemail. Call and leave us a voicemail, 704-271-4290. That's right. And we'll listen to them on air and play them and love them and hold them and whatever. So that's going to do it for us. So, yeah, sorry this is a little weird at the end of the episode where I know I sound different and whatnot, but it's just the way it is sometimes in the business. So, on behalf of Corny, who did not join us tonight, but Andrew and Sam, this is Sean saying good night. Thanks for listening, and don't let Bill Murray talk you out of getting out of a car because you'll get your hand chopped off.